Hello, my scrappy friends. I am coming to you with a Scraplift Monday. Is it Scraplift Monday? I believe. Of Nicole. I will post the picture right here that we are scraplifting. I loved this. I just need all of the rainbows and sunshines in my life right now. It's definitely here in Michigan, super dreary, even though today is like the first day of sunshine that we've seen in weeks, legit weeks. And though it was 19 degrees when I was outside, it was so refreshing to see the sun, like so refreshing. So I love the spread. This is going to be of a picture from 2018 of my kids with my nephews. When we arrived in Ludington for my sister's wedding, that was the first thing they did, is they jumped in the lake. They were so excited. So I hope I'm supposed to be using this kit, honestly. I'm using a kit called Here's the Sun, I believe. Here Comes the Sun. And it is obviously a summer-ish kit. I'm trying to cut all these out here. But fit really well with this. So all of the rainbows, if you know anything about Traci Reed, she always has like some set of like, a lot of her kits have rainbow stuff in them. So this is the background to my spread. So as you've seen on hers, she had lots of like sequins and all that kind of stuff. I don't really have sequins other than for Christmas. So unfortunately I couldn't do any of that. I do have a few like honeybee gem stickers that I think I'll use. But sticking with like the Traci Reeds. So I put two brush like mixed art media in the back, and then this rainbow. This is going to be covered. I mainly wanted the ink splatters here. And then I think I might use an ink splatter from a Feed Your Craft. So I'll use this stamp set from Feed Your Craft. Unfortunately not available as Feed Your Craft is out of business, to put something over here. And yeah, and then I'm just going to build a lot of paper tearing. So I built this all in Photoshop. I have had a few people in my comments asking about the Photoshop part of it. So please let me know in the comments below if you would like me to start my videos with a quick rundown of how I put things together. I know a lot of the times I have more questions on like how I manipulate things, like stamps and brushes and all that kind of stuff. So I would love to know. Ooh, excuse me. I would love to know. So if you just put that in the comments below, I would love it. So let's get started on this. And it should all come together pretty quickly because it's obviously a hybrid spread. And I've already spent probably a good 30 minutes in Photoshop putting this together. So we already kind of know what should happen. All right, all of my friends, now we are in the voiceover portion of this, of course. Here I did just take a about, what is that, like 3.5, 4 inches of this like watercolor rainbow. Not even rainbow. I mean, there's not rainbow on that, but I loved this. I felt like it was very summery slash, you know, had the blues in it for the water. And I ran it straight down the middle. So I'm obviously working on a 6x8 as I don't do 12x12s. But this spread can go very much for a 6x8. You just don't have all of the white space on the one side. That's all. So like my first time like distressing paper in a really long time. I haven't tore this much paper or, you know, used my scissors in a very long time for all of this amount of distressing, but it was quite fun actually. I even accidentally tore a piece and I was like, it'll be fine. I'm tearing the rest of it, right? So putting this picture down, I unfortunately don't know the size of this picture. I can't tell you because when I'm doing this in Photoshop, I'm not going by like 4x6 size, or I mean sometimes I am, especially when I'm like making sure it's gonna fit in pockets. For something like this, I just sized it down to what looked right on the page. So I think it was about a 3 by it's looking like more like almost like a 3x4 almost, honestly, to tell you the honest truth. Maybe a 5. This is only about 7. No, it's got to be even shorter than that because this is only like a 7-inch wide. It might be. It might be like 4.5. So like 3x4.5. There we go. Okay, so using that grid spot on the top of this was actually a very fun page to put together. I did want a little bit more splash over on that other side with this Feature Craft stamp set. This is one of my favorites. It's favorited by a lot of people. I actually seen Sarah's Scraps using it today. And then this fun stamp that I got from Studio Calico. I've been really waiting for the right spread to use this, and pretty excited that today is the day. So using this stamp for the first time. But soon realized that the grid little spot that I printed out for this spread was not going to work. It wasn't big enough. So not for this font. And I just did not want to change the font. I had this font in mind. I wanted this font. So the stamp set was the way I was going. So I just dug through my stash for another grid piece of paper. I didn't think that it really mattered what type of grid paper it was. It all is the same, right? I think this one had like the boxes were a little bit bigger. So to write cousins. So these are my nephews. My niece is not in this picture. I don't know where she is. She's usually off by herself. She has 4 older boy cousins. So she's always usually off doing some girly thing on the side. Sometimes she plays with my youngest son more than anything. Mainly because because at this point she was probably only like 2. Yeah, so she probably wasn't on the water like this with the boys. She was definitely probably only 2. Okay, so we got that written out. Cousins. Almost didn't fit here again, right? Just going to chop that down a little bit. Not loving my trimmers lately. I feel like that trimmer in particular is not straight. Like no paper I ever get from it is straight, and it just bugs the living bejesus out of me. So still distressing all of that paper to get that little part to poke out on the side. That is in it's probably like a strip of paper it's supposed to look like, but I just put 2 little sides here, and then accidentally flipped it over and stuck it down, and that's not exactly where I wanted it. So here I go deconstructing and running out of adhesive. Always, right? Always running out of adhesive. Tip number 100, but most important, always order backup adhesive. Always have it on hand. You'll always run out of it. All right, there we go. Stuck that down. Now just putting cousin at a slight kind of slight tilt there. Then I felt like, yes, I wanted that big spot up there. But like, it just really wasn't like that top, it needed something. So I did print out some of the embellishments, of course, but I am going to change my idea a little bit. This heart is going to go on top of the cousins, where I think I do believe it was underneath the picture, I believe. I'm not sure. But that's going to go up there. And then I had pulled out this other stamp set, also by Studio Calico, I believe. It's all about summertime. I use it quite often. And you're going to see one thing I love when looking at stamps when I am trying to purchase them online is all of the little stamps. Like, I feel like the little stamps in all of these sets are very underrated. And just fussy cutting this out, by the way, sorry, fussy cutting these, as I only had a few, so I wasn't going to run them through my silhouette. Sorry, I'm very silhouette lazy, and if I just don't have enough, I'm not printing all of this out. And
in cutting all of this. Which is kind of funny because, then I have to fussy cut it out, and that's, not being lazy, I guess. But that one just says I've got sunshine, putting that in that lower corner just to like give me a good, rule of three of those embellishments there. And then this is, I believe, where, yeah, there's this stamp set right there. I use it, like I said, a lot. But see that little triangle right there? A lot of people would miss that little triangle. And I think it's just like the perfect little teeny tiny stamp. Look at that. It's so cute. So I made a little line of 3 there. But I'm always looking when I'm buying stamp sets for those little itty bitty ones. I think the main reason I bought my Lizzie stamp set from Elle Studio was because of all of the tiny little like embellishments. So, all right, I don't believe that Nicole's spread had journaling. Oh, it had just a little bit, like little teeny tiny at the bottom. But I added in a little bit more of that grid paper at the bottom just to write what was going on and why, because this was a pretty significant event. My sister, the mother of my nephews, of course, was getting married. So this was like the first day when we got there. Otherwise, this spread is pretty much done. I mess up twice in my journaling. I can't stand that. That is why I just need to type it out. I should know better. But yeah, this is going in our family album. This is another spread from 2018. And yeah, I find the perfect spot. It's almost right in there chronologically. Trying to figure out which date stamp goes back to 2018, guys. I had to buy this one specifically because I had 2 date stamps. One went to 2017 and the other one picked up in 2019. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Crazy how that worked out. So here's our family album. And I'm working right through 2018. And I was about to put it on this side, but then realized, it can actually go on the other side because the flood honestly happened the day before this picture happened. So it does look like for some reason that page was a little bit smaller. Don't know why. So we will have to cut off a little bit there, but it fit perfectly. And I honestly didn't even plan that. I just started doing the Scraplift. So I was pretty happy about that. And fit perfectly right in our family album. So thank you guys so much for being here. If you are new, I would absolutely love for you to join and get notifications by just hitting that subscribe button. And if you are not new, thank you again for coming back and watching all my videos, and hit that like button. I will talk to you guys soon, and I hope that you are spending this weekend scrapping a little bit. I will talk to you soon. Bye.